I play countless runs of Ravenswatch, battles, victories, failures. Most are lost in the shadows, never seen by anyone. Usually, only one run makes it to the channel. But here, in this series, the hidden stories return. These are the weekly tales of reverie. This tale began with 5 random negative modifiers and random heroes. Every attempt ended in failure, every defeat forcing a restart. The game was relentless, but we kept trying, hoping to reach that one tale where everything would finally click. After so many losses, we reduced the modifiers to only 2. Most of us still rolled random heroes, and fate handed me Aladdin. The team wanted to keep one wish for safety, but I burned them all for power. Every spark of strength, every edge in battle, spent in the moment. To them it was reckless. To me it was the only way forward. Safety was a cage. Power was freedom. And so the tale descended into chaos. Fate granted Aladdin everything he desired: gold, treasures, and the power of Master Thief, claiming 2 prizes where others took only 1. His satchel overflowed, destiny bending to his hand. But then came the dangers of the straw quest. The team pressed forward, but one by one they fell. Two feathers burned away, and even mighty Beowulf was lost.
If only we had kept the safety wish!
But Aladdin had already spent them all, pouring every last one into power. The air was thick with doubt, and yet the tale was not over. The team spent their gold to revive the mighty Beowulf, but Aladdin had already poured everything into leveling his Master Thief, the greed, boundless. Now the team was back together, stepping into the second straw quest. Shadows crawled along every path, monsters lurked behind every corner, and traps waited to snap at the unwary. Every step was a test of skill and courage. Arrows flew, magic crackled, and the ground itself seemed to betray them. Yet they pressed on, dodging death at every turn, fighting with relentless determination. No hero yielded, no spell was wasted, and slowly, inch by inch, they carved a path through the chaos. And as the battle raged on, fate once again favored Aladdin. Tamatebako appeared, a mysterious box revealing more than any eye could see. Like the moon and sun themselves aligned to serve him, he claimed treasures and power beyond measure, continuing to receive everything he desired, his destiny unfolding with unerring precision. Once more, the team fell one by one. Aladdin and Carmilla burned with fury, unable to intervene as the chaos claimed their allies. Voices cried out,
"If only we had kept the safety wish!"
But the warning came too late. As the final ally fell, Aladdin retried. With no gold left in his pocket, he retreated, determined. He climbed, he fought. And just as he gathered enough wealth to aid his comrades, he did not use it to revive the fallen. Instead, he poured it into more treasures, and from that moment, coins began to multiply at his touch, as if the power of gold itself answered to his hand. Fate continued to bend to him, and Aladdin's destiny grew ever more unstoppable. Gold. More gold. Coins flowed from Aladdin as if the very earth obeyed him. Treasure appeared from nowhere, multiplying in his hands, filling his satchel beyond measure. Power and wealth surged without end, each prize bending fate ever closer to his will. But the world would not wait. The nightmare had awakened. No longer could the team revel in riches and triumph. Now, they had to face it. The team faced the Tentacle Master Nightmare. Shadows lashed, tentacles struck, and chaos reigned. Yet together they fought with fury, turning the nightmare back and claiming victory. But it was only the beginning. Aladdin held a new wish, and as before, he spent it for power. The team cried out for safety, but the pull of ambition was unstoppable. As Aladdin reached level 5, a new power awakened within him. The ability to turn gold into wishes, and wishes back into gold, an endless, swirling loop. But would he choose safety with this newfound wealth? He seized golden eggs that multiplied into even more gold, fueling his ambition and bending fate ever further to his hand. Once more, the team needed his aid. Yet Aladdin, drunk on power, forgot even how to wield it. Wishes slipped through his fingers, vanishing into the air, wasted. The cries for safety grew louder, but the pull of ambition held him fast. Aladdin kept generating wealth, coins and treasures appearing endlessly at his command. Yet the team refused his power. He leaned back, keeping his wishes to himself. But deep inside, he knew that power was the only way forward. He did not stop. Aladdin reached level 6, and by leaving his talent unleveled, he unlocked a new mastery, the ability to generate wealth at any moment. Aladdin promised the team a deal. If they aided him in clearing the wishing well, he would grant them everything they desired. Power, safety, all that fate could offer. The wishing well was no blessing. It was a storm of monsters, endless and merciless. The team faltered, falling one by one. Aladdin called upon his wishes to revive them, yet his power came too slow. And in the chaos, the mighty Beowulf was lost. Aladdin was struck down, his body torn and bleeding, as every ally lay fallen around him. With the last of his strength, he poured his wishes into the void, dragging his comrades back from death itself. But the cost was heavy, for in the process, Aladdin himself fell. The team rallied, dragging Aladdin back from the brink. The wishing well erupted in chaos. Monsters swarmed, magic crackled, and the ground itself shook beneath them. Blow after blow, strike after strike, they fought without pause. Heroes fell and rose again, wounds stitched with courage and willpower. Hours felt like minutes, and minutes like eternity, as they pressed forward through endless waves of peril. Every narrow escape, every miraculous strike brought them closer to the impossible, and at last, after a battle that tested their very souls, they cleared the wishing well. Victory, earned through sweat, blood, and unyielding resolve, was theirs. And with that, Aladdin spent every last wish for power. Safety was gone, the promise he had made to the team broken. Coins multiplied, treasures piled, and his strength grew beyond measure. Yet, even as ambition consumed him, he reached out to revive every fallen ally, bending his newfound power to keep them in the fight. The allies fell again, and after all the battles, safety had not been granted. Beowulf was gone this time, and no gold, no treasure could bring him back. Aladdin fought with all his might, but he too fell. No one dared or trusted him to revive him. Then the nightmare awakened. A new Aladdin rose, grief-stricken and desperate, spamming wishes for safety, crying out to restore his fallen friend. Yet no magic could undo what was lost. With sorrow and fury, they faced the nightmare together, fighting not for treasure, not for power, but to stand against the darkness that had taken everything from them. After a long, brutal fight, they finally overcame the nightmare. Victory was theirs, hard-earned and bittersweet. Out of rage, Aladdin turned stone into gold. But did he truly control his anger? Or was it all greed, burning hotter than ever? Aladdin's greed was insatiable. He sought more gold, re-rolling endlessly for the Hope Diamond, an item that could nearly double his wealth. But fate denied him, keeping the treasure just out of reach. For more gold, they challenged Melian, the cursed knight, all in pursuit of the Hope Diamond. But their strength was not enough. Melian struck Aladdin down, yet his team stood by him still. Was it trust that bound them, or the promise of power and safety he had yet to grant? After a hard fight, Aladdin did not find the Hope Diamond. Perhaps he did not try hard enough. Instead, he claimed the Holy Grail, a symbol of safety. But did he truly learn, or was it only another path to his greed? Aladdin gave up the Hope Diamond and chose instead the Mad Hat, a foolish trinket that turned his wounds into gold. Even in surrender, his thoughts clung to wealth. Safety forgotten, his greed endured. Too weak to reach level 10, the team turned to gold itself for strength. With their wealth spent, Aladdin's power doubled, overflowing beyond reason. At last, he granted his allies the strength they long desired. With newfound power, the team unleashed fury, blasting through the nightmares as if they were nothing. Gold-fed strength burned brighter than ever, but behind every strike, Aladdin's greed still gleamed. But their triumph was short-lived, for the Claw's master Nightmare awakened. He struck without mercy, claws ripping through the ground, tearing the very air apart. The team was tossed, battered, and broken. Aladdin's coins scattered, his wishes burned in desperate bursts. Each ally fell, only to rise again, fighting with every last spark of strength. The claws grew faster, sharper, deadlier. Yet the team refused to bow. Through endless cuts, through wounds and chaos, they held together. And in one final blaze of fury, the Nightmare howled, then collapsed. They had won. But victory came at a price. The gold remained, the greed remained, and the tale was far from over. At last, Baba Yaga rose. The cursed house came alive, its walls groaning, its beams crushing down. The team smashed through, fire and steel breaking wood until the Nightmare home collapsed. Then came the swarm, flying skulls circling, exploding one after another. Each strike tested their strength, but together they endured, blasting them from the skies. And finally, Baba Yaga herself descended, her cauldron boiling, her claws tearing at the heroes, wishes burned, lives risked, every strike harder than the last. The fight raged, long and merciless. But at last, they brought her down. This was the tale of the unwanted wishes. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more tales in this format. Your support helps me bring more legends to life, and of course we will still have our normal uploads.